Robbins is known as the wild boar destroyer. He has killed more than 10,000 animals in his career. Because wild boars are often less alert at night. According to a study by the University of Texas, this makes it easier for hunters to approach and take down their prey. According to research, the number of wild pigs hunted at night accounts for about 60% of the total number of wild pigs hunted in Texas. Hunters must comply with local hunting laws and regulations. Helicopters have become an important element in wild boar hunting. Hunters can expand their search scope and accurately locate wild boar herds in a short time. The use of aircraft creates more favorable conditions for hunters when confronting large numbers. However, the cost of renting a helicopter for hunting is very expensive. Costs can range from $2,000 to $5,000 per hour, depending on the type of helicopter flight time and accompanying services. In addition, hunters also have to pay other costs such as ammunition, hunting licenses and fees for processing pork by helicopter. Wild boar hunting is a controversial activity. Many people believe that this is a cruel and unnecessary action. Using helicopters can affect the environment and other wildlife. Wild boar hunting is an activity that requires patience. Hunters may have to wait many hours to shoot down their prey when facing a herd of ferocious wild boars. They need to stay calm so they can carry out precise destruction. Hunting tools are carefully prepared. Especially hunters need to have a solid understanding of wild boar behavior to predict the direction of movement of their prey and have an effective hunting strategy. farmers' wild boar hunting skills are passed down from generation to generation, helping them protect their crops and livestock from wild boars. Staying alert and observing your surroundings while hunting is important to ensure safety and success during the hunt. Some people do not agree with the above method of killing wild boars because they think that this action hurts wild boars and is inhumane. Do you agree with killing wild boars as above? Please comment number 1 if you disagree, and number 0 if you agree. You wouldn't believe the pressure Russian farmers are facing when dealing with wild boars. Their invasion devastated farmers' property, causing about $40 million in damage to peanut crops and $61 million to corn crops. Last year, a recent study by researchers at the Granadian University of Cuba reported that the optimal time to prevent damage and potential economic losses from wild warfare is just before planting. According to research results, agricultural fields located near forests are the main habitat of pigs. This is also the reason why cornfields are more affected. Cornfields often have a large shape, which is convenient for wild boars to choose as a hiding place and provides a significant food source. In addition, the natural landscape environment of Russian cornfields provides large spaces for wild boars to operate naturally without the intervention of hunters and hounds. Russian farmers have applied the method of using hunting dogs to deal with wild boars. This may surprise you, but it is a unique solution to this problem. If you support hunting dogs participating in wild boar hunting, please comment number 1 in the comments section. Pig hunting dogs are dogs with a strong body structure and incredible strength, with large size and strong muscles. They are equipped to conquer harsh mountain environments and confront wild nature. What's special about them is their ability to use their sense of smell, helping them detect and track wild boars in dense forests. In addition, loyalty is the outstanding characteristic of this hunting dog. They have the ability to understand and follow the trainer's instructions. During training, wild boar hunting dogs are taught how to accurately recognize and react to the tracks and feelings of wild boars. They are also trained to hunt with teammates, creating efficiency in the hunting process. After being trained, the dogs will be assigned the task of hunting. Their first task is to deal with the aggression of wild boars, which is an effective measure to help hunters avoid danger. However, it should be noted that this method should only be practiced by hunters licensed to participate in hunting in Russia. The law allowing hunters to hunt wild boar with hunting dogs is stipulated in the Forestry Code of the Russian Federation. The deadline for licensing hunting dogs is the same day as the wild boar hunting season, which lasts from September to February. The results of this measure may be surprising, with one 420-pound wild boar caught, an impressive figure. However, some believe that the use of hunting dogs to hunt wild boars by Russian farmers is a cruel act, misunderstanding that it is used for efficiency. If you think this view is correct, leave a number 2 and a comment in the comments section. Hounds can only attack wild boars that are not too large. When confronting a herd of wild boars, hunting dogs do not show fear or anxiety. Regardless of the hunting terrain, hunting dogs always try their best to chase and take down their prey, showing excellent fighting spirit and perseverance in pursuing and facing wild boars. Now is the right time to go hunting, early in the morning when Russian hunters begin to prepare for their hunt. They check their equipment and make sure that the hunting gear is fully and neatly packed in the hunting carts that they move to areas where wild boars have hidden under the rising sun. The farmer called his hounds, and the hunt officially began. Smart hunting dogs began to follow the synthesized sounds of wild boars in the deep forest. They are often retained by hunting dogs and targeted at vulnerable parts such as the neck, ears, and hind legs, weak points of wild boars that make them more vulnerable to attack. The confrontation between hunting dogs and wild boars happens quickly, usually lasting only a few minutes until the wild boar can no longer resist. Once they have taken down the wild boar, the hunter gives the signal, and the hound stops after being called by name or receiving a specific signal. ensuring that no unnecessary injuries occur. While hunting, Russians often carry a hound team consisting of 3 large hounds and 2 small hounds. Large dogs weigh around 70 to 80 pounds each, while small dogs weigh around 40 pounds. Using hunting dogs and hunting guns not only brings joy and excitement to hunters, but also ensures their safety from potential dangers. Hunting dogs are trained to detect and track wildlife without much human intervention, helping to minimize the risk of contact with wild animals. Additionally, the use of hunting dogs has proven effective in controlling and reducing wild boar numbers by 70 to 80% across Russia. This helps protect the field from their destruction and significantly reduces costs for the hunter. Although the use of hunting dogs has been beneficial in controlling feral pig populations in Russia's grasslands, there are still some communities that do not support this method. One of the main reasons is concern about cruel treatment of invasive wild hunting dogs. Some people believe that the use of hunting dogs can cause unnecessary suffering to wild boars when attacked by a large number of hunting dogs. In addition, some communities are also concerned about the disturbance in the natural balance and the impact on the ecosystem caused by hunting. They claim that controlling large numbers of wild pigs could cause unwanted environmental pollution. What do you think about Russian hunters' new method of dealing with invasive wild pigs? If you support hunting wild pigs with hunting dogs, please leave comment number 1. If you disagree with this method because you are concerned about injury to the hunting dogs, please comment 0 and share your opinion with us. Thank you for accompanying us. Click the like button to motivate us to produce more videos on how to deal with invasive animals. In addition, fox populations had also grown strongly in Australia, with an estimated 10 million foxes currently existing in the country. This is especially concentrated in agricultural and urban areas. Human impact has played an important role in the development of foxes, causing many challenges to ecological balance and biodiversity. Foxes, performing omnivores, carry out their hunting activities mainly at night, using their agility to easily reach their prey. This creates not only a threat to native animals such as rabbits, birds, and rodents, but also heavy losses to the agricultural industry in Australia, with estimates of up to $100 million per year. Fox hunting is not only limited to night hours, but can also be done during the day. All other active habits occur mainly in the evening. There are many areas where foxes are active mainly during the day, creating opportunities for challenging hunts.
Good shot. Goed, jongen. Vos!
Fall and winter are considered ideal for fox hunting. During the period of giving birth and taking care of their young, foxes become more active and easier to encounter. Every year, millions of foxes become the subject of hunting, with estimates of up to 2 million. This is not only an environmental problem, but also a major threat to agriculture and domesticated animals in Australia. Australia, as the 6th largest continent in the world, formed mainly of mountains, deserts, and grasslands, has become an ideal growing environment for typical animals such as camels and fox. Over the decades, camel numbers in Australia have increased significantly, reaching up to 2,000 animals, due to a shortage of natural enemies. However, this spike has brought with it a series of problems and negative impacts on the Australian ecosystem. The sharp increase in camel populations has caused competition with native animals such as kangaroos for food and water, leading to a significant decline in the numbers of these native species. Furthermore, camels also have the potential to negatively impact the environment by destroying vegetation and polluting water sources. To solve this problem, the Australian government had to change its camel population management policy. In 1988, a key decision was made, paving the way for camel hunting to control the population. Before that, camels were considered national property and hunting was prohibited. However, with the sudden increase, the government has adjusted policies to control the situation. The Australian government has established strict regulations on camel hunting, only licensing those who hunt these animals using humane methods. Hunters must report the number of camels hunted to the government. These measures have played an important role in controlling the camel population, reducing its numbers by an estimated 30%.
Yep.
The current kennel hunting program is carried out on a large scale, with the support of professional hunting teams using helicopters to increase efficiency. This is a drastic effort to maintain balance in the camel population and protect Australia's natural resources. Australia's kangaroo population has become a serious problem, with about 26 million concentrated mainly in the grasslands and desert areas of central and northern Australia. This sudden increase is not only damaging to native animals and poses significant challenges to agriculture and infrastructure, especially in the grasslands and deserts of central and northern Australia. The ability of kangaroos to jump up to 30 feet puts great pressure on both farmers and natural habitats. This situation is raising many issues about environmental protection and ecological balance. Managing and controlling kangaroo populations requires careful consideration of local environmental and economic impacts. The Australian government has come up with a solution through the establishment of an animal quota for kangaroo hunting. This quota target is determined based on an assessment of the number of kangaroos that need to be captured to maintain balance in the environment. Licensed hunters are responsible individuals who adhere to mainstream human hunting methods, ensuring that hunting occurs in a responsible and conservation manner.
Okay, we'll show clear, we'll pull them.
In the minds of Americans, the image of natural balance is often realized through the shape of snakes with long bodies, pointed tails, and belonging to the carnivore family. These creatures often prey on small prey such as mice, rabbits, and birds, and they are widely distributed throughout the world, except in the Antarctic region. Invasive snakes, which are groups of snakes that are not native to a particular area, can have negative ecological and economic effects in the United States. Although there are many famous invasive snakes, such as the Florida cobra, the red-tailed viper, and the brown water snake, in American culture they are often considered dangerous and scary animals. This has created avoidance and hesitation in enjoying snake meat in the American community. According to a 2022 American Food and Agriculture Association survey, only 12% of Americans participating in the survey said they were willing to challenge snake meat. Americans often emphasize poultry and seafood in their eating habits. While snake meat does not contribute much to the daily diet, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This data indicates that beef is the most popular meat favored in their cuisine. The next meat on America's favorite list is chicken and pork. In contrast, snake meat only accounts for a very small proportion of the total amount of meat consumed daily. Americans often practice diversity in processing and cooking, creating delicious and unique dishes from a variety of food sources. Although American cuisine shows diversity with many unique dishes, snake meat is still not really popular in their daily menu. Keeping with common eating habits, Americans often worry about safety and health when consuming invasive snake meat. Concerns about potentially dangerous pathogens, such as Salmonella, E. coli, and other bacteria, are a common concern for consumers. Those interested in experimenting with new diets or exploring culinary diversity should pay special attention to the source and handling of snake meat, as well as comply with food safety regulations to minimize risk of infection. If we look deeper into the matter, we see that although some snakes are not a biological threat, they can still pose a health hazard. Some snakes possess strong venom, making their bites painful and sometimes life-threatening. A terrifying chase event is described when a man is bitten by a snake in the middle of a church, accompanied by many others. Snake bites leave them severely handcuffed and almost unable to breathe. This is just one example of the danger that snakes can bring not only to the natural environment, but also to the community. Social Security and local authorities need to take careful measures to control this situation and protect the community from the negative impacts of snakes, not only on the environment, but also on Social Security. Texas, with its diverse landscape from desert to forest, faces a major challenge from invasive snakes. The Texas Department of Agriculture and Industries confirmed the presence of about 15 invasive snake species in the area. Among these, the red-tailed viper and venomous snakes are the most common and can be dangerous to humans. Local communities and governments are facing the difficult challenge of maintaining a balance between safety and environmental protection. Research and implementation of control measures are increasingly important, while public education programs also play an important role in raising awareness of risks and prevention measures. Cooperation between countries and environmental organizations has become a key component to minimizing the impact of invasive snakes, ensuring the safety and sustainability of communities and the natural environment. Solutions are currently being deployed to prevent population growth of invasive snake species. Do you believe in any other better solution? If so, don't forget to share your comments and opinions below. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to support our channel with upcoming videos. And finally, don't forget to share this video with all your friends, so they can watch and enjoy it too. About 9 million wild boars are roaming across the United States, becoming a major problem for officials in the country. Without many natural enemies, wild boars easily expanded their territory, and even rivers as deep as the Deep River could not stop this expansion. Previously, this place had absolutely no presence of wild boars. Please leave number 1 and start now with us. Wild boars in the Americas are native to Europe and Asia, brought over in the footsteps of European explorers. In 1493, Christopher Columbus first brought 8 domestic pigs to the Caribbean to serve future food needs. Then, in 1539, Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto brought 13 domestic and wild pigs to Florida. Since 1890, more wild boars from Europe and Russia continued to be introduced into the Americas, leading to outbreaks of wild boar populations across the continent. Feral pig populations in the United States have spread across most states, causing severe damage to crops and agricultural infrastructure. These wild boars, brought to America for hunting purposes, are characterized by narrow and deep eyes, long and wide ears, and thick and short necks. Each wild boar can weigh between 1,300 and 1,500 pounds, with the head accounting for up to 1/3 of the total body length, making them look like real big-headed monsters. They also have the ability to move quickly, reaching a maximum speed of up to 40 km per hour. Wild pigs in the United States are able to reproduce more rapidly than any other large mammal. They begin breeding at about 8 months of age and can give birth to 2 litters per year, with each litter ranging from 4 to 12 cubs every 12 to 15 months. The number of wild feral swine in the United States is currently estimated at 6 to 9 million animals, causing serious problems at every level. These pigs cause billions of dollars in damage each year to property and agriculture, mainly due to their destructive foraging habits. In addition to crop and environmental damage, wild boars are potential hosts for at least 34 pathogens that can be transmitted to livestock, wildlife, and humans. To control the invasive wild boar problem, authorities in the United States have introduced a variety of management and control measures. Current control measures include allowing people to hunt wild boar. Hunters across the United States hunt day and night, even using helicopters. However, this type of hunting is often more entertaining than problem-solving. Hunters mainly shoot large pigs, while smaller ones escape and migrate to other areas. They learn to avoid hunters and pass this experience on to their offspring, making control of wild pig populations even more difficult. Research shows that to effectively control the wild boar population, about 75% of the population needs to be eliminated each year to balance their ability to reproduce rapidly. Several more effective control methods are being considered to reduce and manage feral boar populations. Trapping is an effective method of controlling feral pigs. Although wild boars are very intelligent animals, they also have weaknesses. They often follow herds and are very gluttonous. This makes trapping possible. Once the trap falls, it often catches a herd of pigs, from large to small, without giving them a chance to learn from experience. There are 2 main types of traps: coral traps and snap traps. Coral traps have the advantage of being cheap and easy to install. However, they only catch about 49% of wild boars in an area because wild boars often avoid these traps after nearly being caught. Once they escape, they will teach their children how to avoid traps, making it much more difficult to trap them next time. Scientific research conducted by the Institute of Noble Research over a 4-year period showed that snap traps, traps with overhead canopies, were more effective, catching 88% of wild boars in a given area. This type of trap effectively reduces wild boar numbers and limits trap avoidance behavior associated with traditional coral traps. The biggest advantage of snap traps is the ability to catch many wild boars at once, helping to control their numbers more effectively. Wild pigs don't have enemies from above, so they don't have the habit of looking up. when wild boars enter the area of the trap. They can see through the trap and do not feel threatened, allowing them to freely enter and exit from any direction. Initially, trap nets were activated manually, with a person sitting near the trap site to release the net when necessary. However, with advances in research and technology, wild boar traps like Buster can be controlled remotely. This trap can be observed and released from anywhere with mobile internet service, making trap placement quick and convenient in as little as 30 minutes. The trap is also designed with an integrated escape door to easily remove pigs from the trap after capture. Once caught, wild pigs can be transferred to rearing farms so their meat can pass strict food agency regulations. Broken Arrow Ranch in Texas works with wild boar hunters, transporting them to licensed slaughterhouses for meat processing and packaging. Broken Arrow has become a major supplier, selling between 1,500 and 1,700 feral hogs each year, although they accept pigs weighing between 39 pounds and 220 pounds. They prefer medium-sized pigs, weighing between 79 pounds and 180 pounds. Adult boars can weigh between 299 pounds and 399 pounds, but as they grow, they secrete hormones that give the meat an unpleasant odor. To eliminate this odor, captured wild boars will be raised and fed for about 6 hours before processing. When new wild boars are brought to the farm, they will be quarantined and dewormed to remove parasites. Wild boars are closely monitored and fed a variety of foods. The result of this laborious care process is high-quality red meat. Highly appreciated by many customers, the number of processing facilities is still relatively small, so wild boar meat is still a special dish. However, chefs across the United States are taking notice of the growing supply of wild boar meat. Broken Arrow products have appeared on the menus of many popular restaurants, including Ely. Broken Arrow's wild boar products have appeared on the menus of many famous restaurants, such as Red Rooster in New York, Rainbow Lodge in Houston, and Quince in San Francisco. Next, in today's video, we will explore the life of racing pigeons in America. Worldwide, there are more than 300 species of pigeons and doves belonging to the Columbida family. These species vary in size, color, preferences, and in behavior. Pigeon farming is a popular global activity, serving a variety of purposes. Pigeon farming is popular for meat production, bird racing, and as pets. Pigeon breeds are selectively bred based on specific characteristics and purposes. Pigeons are adaptable and can be raised in a variety of environments. From urban rooftops to rural farms, they do not require much care and have a short reproductive cycle. Farmers provide food and delicate cage care to ensure the health and welfare of the pigeons, especially during international competitions and exhibitions. Pigeon farming also created a community that appreciated their beauty and skills. These are powerful racing pigeons, selectively bred for their aerodynamic shape. Racing pigeons are prized for their powerful wings, good sense of direction, and quality plumage. Their slim shape and strong wings help them have good hunting ability. Dense and well-groomed feathers increase flight performance. Bright black eyes and clean feathers are desirable characteristics, indicating that the racing pigeon is in the best of health. Physical alertness, muscle tone, and activity history are important factors in successful racing pigeon breeders and fanciers. Pigeon racing competitions often require owners to attach identification bands or rings to their legs. These bands are often made from lightweight materials such as plastic or aluminum, and are imprinted with a unique alpha number or code to easily track and distinguish each animal in the herd. For best performance, a balanced and nutritious diet is essential. Every racing pigeon needs a diet rich in high-quality cereal grains, accompanied by fortified legumes and vitamins to ensure nutritional needs are met. This 36-ton trailer is approximately 36 feet long and is specifically designed to transport pigeons for training purposes. Each compartment in the trailer can contain many small compartments for individual pigeons. These compartments are created to provide spacious and comfortable space for the pigeons during training. During initial training, vehicles are often released from nearby points to test their ability to find their way home. This helps them develop confidence and orientation, finding their way back to their apartment, which serves as an important base. The initial release period is usually short, helping the bird build confidence and develop a strong sense of direction. As they become more proficient at finding their way home, the training distance will gradually increase. Birds gradually adapt to long flights and test their navigational skills by gradually increasing the distance over time. Pigeons develop the endurance necessary to race over considerable distances. Famous pigeon racers such as Paul Barcelona and Pernin in Europe often participate in competitions with distances of about 800 to 1,000 km or more. Competitions in China and the United States also often have distances of up to 1,500 to 2,000 km or more. To prepare for these competitions, pigeons are often introduced to actual racing routes through repeated flights along those routes. Training flights expose birds to specific landmarks, landscapes, and potential obstacles during official competition. These races familiarize the pigeons with the terrain and develop a mental map of the area throughout training. The pigeon's health and fitness are closely monitored, and necessary nutrition is provided to support their energy needs and muscle development. Regular exercise, such as free flying and training flights, helps maintain their physical condition and stamina. In addition, they receive regular health checks by an avid veterinarian to identify and address any health issues that may arise. After a hard day of training, the racing pigeons are rested and refreshed. They have access to water for bathing, which helps clean their fur and maintain it in optimal condition. Bathing in these conditions also helps pigeons cool down and reduce muscle soreness or fatigue caused by intense exercise. In addition, pigeons are allowed to relax in the warm sunlight. Sunbathing gives them natural warmth and vitamin D absorption, which is beneficial for their overall health and vitality. The gentle warmth of the sun relaxes muscles and brings a feeling of calm and comfort. During this rest period, the pigeon gets plenty of rest to recover and recharge. They can park or rest in designated areas to allow their bodies to recover from the physical exertion of previous training flights. Rest time is important for them to replenish energy and prepare for future training. The feeling of horror and anxiety before the appearance of red foxes is not only an obsession of Australian farmers, but also a tragic reality when it comes to the sheep farming industry. However, the threat from the red fox has caused major upheavals and raised deep anxiety in the farming community. Images of thousands of sheep being destroyed overnight by the appearance of red foxes have highlighted the risks and challenges facing the sheep farming industry. with wounds, bleeding, and losses, both economically and spiritually. Australian farmers not only worry about the safety of their sheep, but also fear for the stability and sustainability of this traditional livestock industry. The red fox invasion not only causes significant financial losses, but also poses a serious threat to Australia's economy, impacting hundreds of millions of dollars. The cause of this phenomenon can be explained by the natural behavior of red foxes when they often enter areas in search of food, especially when food sources become scarce. Territorial encroachment often occurs in overlapping habitats, where red foxes compete with each other for resources and social status. This often leads to conflicts and territorial disputes, especially during mating season when fox behavior can change according to the environment. Aware of the fox's cunning and agility, Australian farmers chose hunting as the ideal method to prevent invasion and control red fox populations. Although the red fox's growth rate is very fast, with agility and cunning, hunters have created an effective solution.
Again, probably
If you agree with this approach, leave it as a 1. Otherwise, leave it as a 0. And if you want to try red fox meat, it can be a unique and nutritious culinary experience. However, it should be noted that red fox meat consumption is only common in certain population groups in Australia, and not everyone accepts it into their diet. Foxes are a common predator in Germany, especially in agriculture, where their agility is demonstrated by their hunting techniques and complex social lifestyle. Fox families often build elaborate dens, and they can live alone or in groups. In recent years, the number of fox invasions in Germany has increased significantly, reaching hundreds of thousands of foxes each year, causing heavy damage to the national economy amounting to hundreds of millions of dollars. Foxes have become one of the most invasive species in Germany over the past decade, with their numbers doubling from 300 to 600,000. They often attack poultry farms at night, especially in areas they identify as their land, with chickens with weak eyesight often being their main targets. Foxes often hide in the suburbs before carrying out attacks, and their attacks in broad daylight cause victims to panic and flee. The significant increase in the number of foxes and their boldness in attacking poultry flocks has created a situation of great concern among the farming community in Germany. German residents have used snap traps to control fox populations since the 19th century. The traps are placed strategically in fox-rich areas, such as near barns or pastures. They are designed to activate quickly when a fox enters, ensuring effective capture. This method has helped reduce the number of foxes captured annually by about 20% over the past 2 decades, equivalent to about 20,000 foxes caught in traps each year in Germany. Do you like this approach? If yes, leave a comment with number 1, and if not, leave a comment with number 0. To increase the effectiveness of traps, they need to be set approximately 2 to 3 times per week, but require attention and compliance with safety guidelines. Traps should be placed in safe locations and out of reach of children and pets. Foxes are able to breed year-round, but the mating period usually occurs in spring and summer. A litter of foxes usually has 4 to 6 cubs, but this number can vary depending on environmental conditions and food sources. With a total of 4 common fox species in Germany, the red fox is often the one that causes the most problems, especially when entering and attacking farms. Most of them are widely distributed across a variety of environments, including grassland forests and red fox settlements, demonstrating the ability to adapt flexibly to a variety of habitats. And as can be easily observed as they roam the suburbs looking for food. Their rapid reproduction has led to a significant increase. The number of foxes with a growth rate 10% higher than other fox species, with the ability to proficiently hunt red foxes, contributes up to 15% of the national economy. However, in Australia, they pose significant challenges to the farming community. Red foxes often invade farms to attack and steal other animals to meet their nutritional needs. The rapid increase in red fox populations not only damages the economy, but also negatively impacts the ecosystem. In just one night, many chickens on the farm were killed, So, what was the cause? Foxes invaded and attacked the farm. Do you know the reason why foxes invaded and attacked the farm? Can be explained through a variety of factors: loss of natural habitat, negative impacts from human activities, and a sudden increase in fox numbers, contributing to the scarcity of food sources, forcing them must search for resources in urban areas and even infiltrate farms to meet their nutritional needs. To prevent fox invasion, some people choose to use traditional methods such as traps. The main advantage of this method is the ability to capture live foxes, which benefits the control and management of fox populations in the area. Do you know where these captured foxes were taken afterwards? Please share with me. The use of traditional trapping methods has proven effective in controlling fox populations. However, they are not a perfect solution and face a number of challenging issues. Issues associated with the use of traps include the risk of accidentally catching other animals such as dogs, cats, or rabbits, creating safety concerns and unwanted effects on other wildlife. In Germany, farmers also used hunting as a means of controlling foxes. Hunting activities are strictly governed by federal hunting laws. Only individuals with a valid hunting license are allowed to participate, especially at night, when foxes are usually active to hunt. Hunters need to be fully equipped with the necessary tools and understand the hunting area. Careful preparation and an in-depth understanding of the hunting environment are extremely important to ensure effective and safe control of fox populations.
Yeah.
The uncontrolled proliferation of carp in Australia has attracted attention, as they are involved in wastewater treatment by consuming algae. But unfortunately, a significant number of carp have escaped measures control. Escaped carp create a serious problem in Australia as they invade lakes and ponds, having a major impact on the local environment. The overpresence of carp poses a major challenge to the ecosystem, requiring balance and diversity in other fish management measures to control sudden increases in carp populations and conserve and protect freshwater ecosystems. Carp are often of considerable size, with flattened bodies and fan-like tails. In addition, they are also known for their ability to adapt to many different water environments, from freshwater to brackish water. The carp's aggressiveness is also notable, and they can sometimes become overcrowded when spreading in new environments. To deal with a carp invasion, farmers have adopted an effective method of fishing using electricity. Sailors move in boats through waterways, creating a simulated electric field, which causes an electric shock to fish underwater. This electric shock disrupts the carp's ability to move, immobilizing them and causing them to float to the surface, making it easier for farmers to remove them. This method not only minimizes the invasive impact of carp on freshwater ecosystems, but also provides an effective opportunity to control and reduce fish populations in the environment. Although the use of invasive carp for food production may be a solution to reduce pressure on wild fish stocks, in Australia, invasive carp are generally considered a nuisance species and should not be considered a nuisance, widely accepted as a culinary choice. However, wider acceptance of the culinary use of invasive carp could reduce pressure on wild fish stocks and open up more sustainable opportunities in food production. Do you find this approach reasonable? If you agree, please leave a comment with number 1. Otherwise, leave number 0. The traditional form of bow and arrow fishing for invasive carp is a stimulating experience and requires a high level of skill and proficiency on the part of the angler. When a fish appears near shore or underwater, the angler must concentrate and quickly release the arrow with power and precision.
Oh! Got it! Oh my! I got it! Get on the bank! Get on the bank!
The string attached to the arrow helps the angler control the strength of the fish, and the experience is not only about dexterity and technical precision, but also about the excitement of challenging and fighting with fish full of strength. It is a challenge that anglers find exciting when they face the fish in their own field.
Got it. Old school, brother.
Tasmanian devils here provide a colorful and diverse picture of wildlife. The Tasmanian devil, one of the most ferocious creatures on the planet, primarily preys on small prey such as birds, reptiles, and insects to stay alive. What is special about them is the strong and unpleasant smell from their scent glands, which is a sign of strength and territorial dominance. The Tasmanian devil's running ability is incredible. With speeds of up to 12 meters per hour, they are creatures that can hunt continuously for long periods of time. However, since 1941, the Australian government has recognized the importance of protecting Tasmanian devils and preventing their population growth. Placing the Tasmanian devil in a wildlife sanctuary is not only a protection measure for this species, but also a way to maintain natural balance and protect the ecosystem. This policy not only helps limit the invasion of Tasmanian devils, but also protects their existence in a natural environment. What do you think about this method? Please share your opinion about this approach and the importance of protecting wildlife. Although there are still many unanswered questions, continue watching the video for now to better understand why wild boars, although believed to have arrived from Europe in the 16th century, have become such a threat. Greatest economic and environmental threat in the United States, especially the feral swine population in North Carolina. The significant growth of feral swine populations in North Carolina poses a unique challenge for communities and state governments, primarily at the hands of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, known as USFWS. It is expected that by 2024, the number of wild pigs in North Carolina will reach about 2 million, accounting for 10% of the total population. This makes the state one of the largest wild boar populations in the entire United States. The sudden growth of wild boar populations not only creates a strong livestock market, but also has a significant impact on the environment. The economic and environmental consequences for the state were significant, including the destruction of trees, crops, and other property, creating an emergency requiring drastic community intervention. Detailed data shows that North Carolina not only ranks first in fawn counts, but is also one of the states hardest hit by the negative impacts of feral hog populations. This concerns not only the large numbers but also the significant consequences and negative impacts they cause. Wild boar populations not only spread to many different areas, but also carry the risk of destroying the environment and threatening community health. Wild pigs can be a source of dangerous infectious diseases for humans and livestock, creating a medical emergency that residents of North Carolina are facing with significant negative consequences. The application of strong countermeasures such as trapping and hunting has become the main solution to control and reduce feral pig populations. These measures are not only restraining but also an important step to protect the living environment and ensure security for society. Now, Let's talk about the new people in North Carolina who are facing the challenge of handling these feral hogs, especially farmers. They had to come up with some real tricks in using different types of traps, from quick traps to hook traps and even fog traps. All of these efforts are aimed not only at capturing wild boars, but also at ensuring that all operations take place efficiently and safely. These strategies are not only an important step forward in controlling feral pig populations, but they are also exciting and attractive in the process. First, the farmers searched for the ideal location, where there were many footprints of wild pigs. Then, they cleverly set traps in locations where the pigs often congregate. Like on a waiting stage, a group of farmers mixed a little bait, be it potatoes, corn, or even delicious berries to surprise and delight the wild pigs when the trap was set and the bait arrived, while playing the waiting game. In this game, farmers return regularly to check their traps, making sure everything is going smoothly and that the pigs are taking the bait. This is a picture like a small dance between farmers and wild pigs, where everything happens stealthily, but very effectively. Now, let's talk about positive numbers. At the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, feral swine numbers in North Carolina dropped about 20% in 2023 compared to the previous year. And that downward trend is continuing here. First of all, there is the seasonal hunt, which begins on October 1st and ends on December 31st. During this period, you are free to pursue wild pigs with various types of hunting equipment such as bows and arrows, names, or even modern hunting tools. For those who want to hunt year-round, there is the option of licensed hunting. Although it lasts all year, you need a hunting license from the state, which costs $25 per year. Image of farmers and hunters working together to solve the problem of wild pigs. Farmers provide detailed information about where wild pigs often appear, allowing hunters to learn and experiment with tracking. This is truly an engaging and enjoyable team collaboration. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, pig populations are on track to decline by about 20% by 2023. This is not just about keeping a pig in captivity for entertainment. It also helps protect the environment and maintain clean the roads. In addition, it also brings more economic benefits to the community, especially to farmers. Therefore, these solutions have been applied effectively to prevent the development. Among the measures to control colonization of some invasive species, do you believe in any other solutions? If so, please share your comments and opinions below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel with upcoming videos. Finally, don't forget to share this video with all your friends so they can watch and enjoy it too. Hello friends! Have you ever wondered how to effectively and cost-effectively manage the problem of feral pigs? Let's explore the methods farmers have used to solve this problem. If you are interested and want to join us on this journey, please leave a comment to let us know you are with us. In the fight against feral pig infestations, rifles are the preferred and completely legal tool that the government encourages farmers to use. Using a rifle helps minimize the risks posed by wild pigs as they attempt to traverse challenging terrain at high speed. Each rifle bullet is highly accurate, ensuring each wild animal is stopped in its tracks, proving the power and effectiveness of this hunting method. In addition, some hunters have applied new methods to solve the problem of hunting wild boar, such as aerial hunting of wild boar using helicopters. This method offers significant benefits such as wider observation, higher shooting accuracy, and is faster than hunting on the ground. These factors can change significantly even in the fight against wild forest bird populations. However, aerial hunting is not without its challenges. The soaring of manatees in airplanes, rent, as well as the possibility of seasickness are factors that need to be carefully considered. Additionally, ensuring that controlling the wild boar population does not have a negative impact on the surrounding ecosystem is important. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these hunting methods. Please share your views in the comments section below. Together we can find effective and sustainable solutions to the challenges posed by wild boar populations. Using hunting dogs to manage wild boar populations is not only an effective method, but also provides a rich and profound experience of hunting with them. The deep bond between man and hunting dog creates a strong team spirit, helping them to be brave and strong to face any challenge on their hunting journey. One of the major challenges in the United States is the invasion of feral swine, with an estimated population of up to 2.6 million, of which Texas accounts for the majority. The highest wild boar population in any state has created an emergency situation for both agriculture and the environment. The appearance of this species not only causes serious damage to agriculture by destroying crops, but also negatively affects the local ecological balance. To address this problem, Texas has taken strong legal measures, including establishing laws allowing the hunting of feral hogs to control their uncontrolled population growth. In addition, other control measures, such as banning the release of wild boars into the wild, have also been implemented to prevent their spread and minimize negative impacts on the economy and environment. In addition to negative environmental and economic impacts, feral hogs are also a source of disease for livestock and wildlife, a problem that is especially acute in North Carolina, which is facing an outbreak of African swine fever, with more than 100 cases recorded this year alone. The direct impact of wild emerald boars is not only on humans, but can also spread to other livestock species, such as cattle and goats, posing a major health threat to the agricultural sector. In addition, wild stem boars can also harbor and transmit diseases such as brucellosis, leptospirosis, and toxoplasmosis, which threaten both animals and humans. Managing and controlling these diseases from wild emerald ash boars is critical to protecting public health and maintaining ecological safety. In an effort to control wild emerald boar populations, one of the strategies being applied is fumigation techniques. This is a sophisticated method based on scientific principles to control wildlife reproduction. Fumigation not only helps reduce the number of newly born individuals, but also works towards the long-term goal of restoring the effects of uncontrolled growth of wild boar populations. This gradually reduces the burden they place on the environment and native wildlife, contributing to the conservation of biodiversity and maintaining ecological balance. These control measures are essential not only to protect the ecosystem, but also to minimize negative impacts. Next, we come to beautiful California. The impact of feral swine invasion on agriculture and neighboring California settlements cannot be denied. With its beautiful beaches, warm climate, and diverse landscapes, California remains a dream destination for many. However, the peace and beauty of California is facing the threat of invasive feral hogs, causing significant negative impacts on tourism and daily life. Tourist areas not only suffer damage to their landscape, but also become dangerous for tourists and local residents. The increasing presence of this wild boar species not only reduces the tourist experience but also negatively affects local economies, especially areas that rely heavily on tourism. This poses a major challenge for local communities, which need to find solutions to minimize the impact of feral pigs on life and tourism in California. Wild boar hunting in California attracts the attention of many hunters. However, to ensure legality and safety for both hunters and the surrounding environment, strict compliance with local laws and guidelines is important. To equip themselves with extensive knowledge about hunting terrain, hunters need to research and understand the living environment of wild boars. This increases the likelihood of success during hunting season. California's wild boar hunting season is year-round, but specific restrictions apply depending on the region. Hunters should comply with environmental regulations and avoid hunting in high-risk areas to protect their health and the balance of the local ecology. Implementing strict control measures, including wild boar hunting infrastructure, is necessary to control pig numbers and minimize the damage they cause to the environment and food sources. Hunting events are typically held in January and February, providing opportunities for the hunting community to meet and interact. Participating in community events not only attracts the participation of hunters, but also creates opportunities for people to interact and enjoy the vibrant atmosphere of the event. This demonstrates the spirit of solidarity and support within the wild boar hunting community in California. Learning hunting skills and sharing experiences with this method not only helps manage wild boar effectively, but also brings the community together. If you support this method of wild boar management and control, please leave the number 2 in the comments section. Otherwise, leave the number 0. In the fight against the spread of wild boar from the suburbs to city centers, hunters have become key players. They specialize in conducting hunts after dusk when wild boars are more active and more accessible in the dark. Choosing to hunt at night is not only a response to the growing presence of wild boars in residential areas, but also an effective strategy to minimize the significant damage they cause. Go out. Stem boars not only cause damage to both agricultural and urban areas by destroying crops, but also cause serious economic losses. Wild boar in urban and rural areas pose a significant challenge, requiring close attention and management. Hunters not only help control wild emerald borer populations, but also contribute to protecting infrastructure and ensuring community safety. And supporting the local economy through these efforts, hunters not only demonstrate their skillful hunting abilities, but also affirm their essential role in protecting and sustainably developing the environment around us. Besides using hunting, modern traps have also become an effective solution in the fight against the growth of stem borers. Smart traps equipped with wireless cameras have become popular, thanks to their ability to quickly and accurately capture entire populations of wild emerald ash borers. Using this technology, one can continuously monitor and assess the situation, facilitating timely and effective intervention. Deploying these traps not only helps limit damage but also contributes to maintaining ecological balance, protecting the environment, and supporting sustainable development. especially in the context of California agriculture, suffering great damage due to forest fires. This becomes even more necessary and important. Have you ever eaten wild boar meat? This type of meat is high in protein, effectively supporting the building and maintenance of muscle mass while providing healthy fats, B vitamins, and many essential minerals such as iron, zinc, phosphorus, and selenium. If you have never discovered the unique flavor of wild boar meat in your meals, try it now. Please leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any exciting new videos from us. Thanks for watching.
Wild boar have caused serious problems for Florida's agricultural and environmental ecosystems. Hundreds of millions of dollars in agricultural loans have become a major concern. Do you know how Florida farmers responded to the encroaching feral hogs? Please leave number 1 in the comments below and join us now. Wild boar are a dangerous invasive species in Florida that is creating serious problems and threatening the stability of farms and communities. They are not picky about their food and are capable of consuming everything from wheat vegetables to corn to fruit. According to estimates by the Florida Department of Agriculture, wild boar holes are generating an estimated $200 million in economic losses to the state's agricultural industry each year. This negative impact comes not only from crop destruction, but also from soil digging and the spread of agricultural diseases. The wild borehole environment not only causes damage to the agricultural industry, but also has a strong impact on the environmental landscape. Their digging behavior destroys ecosystems, degrades soil quality, and pollutes water sources. According to statistics, about 10,000 facilities in Florida suffer damage due to wild boar destruction each year. Wild boar are not only active in rural areas, but have also invaded parks and recreational areas, creating a security risk for both humans and wildlife in the Everglades. An example is wild boars, which cause significant damage. The presence of wild boar increases the risk of collisions with humans and other animals on lands and trails, leaving Florida residents concerned about the consequences of their presence. This situation not only poses challenges to the agricultural sector and the environment, but also creates potential risks to community security and safety. Therefore, close cooperation between authorities and communities is necessary to find scientific and effective solutions to control and minimize the impact of wild boars. One of the most commonly used methods of managing wild boar populations is helicopter hunting, a method performed by professional hunters licensed by the Florida Department of Natural Resources Conservation, FWC. During this process, helicopters fly low over areas where wild boars often appear to search for food. Hunters certified by FWC sit in helicopters and use scopes to identify and shoot feral hogs with hunting equipment. This method offers many advantages, such as the ability to reach hard-to-reach areas, being able to shoot multiple animals at once, and being effective in controlling wild boars. However, this method still faces challenges such as high costs and potential dangers to both hunters and wildlife. Usually deployed in agricultural areas such as corn and wheat fields, where wild boar densities are high, this creates favorable conditions to destroy them. Helicopter hunters will use lead bullets to hunt wild boar. This lead bullet has good penetrating ability, helping to kill bison quickly and effectively. Each hunt can yield from 20 to 30 wild boars, depending on their density in the area. However, managing wild boar densities in this area poses unique challenges and requires attention to ensure safety and effectiveness. Ensuring safety is always the top priority. Hunters need to follow safety rules, such as wearing seat belts and following the pilot's instructions while the helicopter is flying. Wild boar hunting is not only an effective method of population control, but also an exciting challenge that requires professionalism and a focus on safety. This method not only contributes positively to efforts to control wild boar populations, but also helps protect agriculture and habitats from the negative impacts of their encroachment. Would you like to go hunting for wild boars by helicopter like that? If so, please leave the number 1. Otherwise, if you don't like it, leave the number 0 in the comment section. Hunting wild boar at night is also one of the methods used by Florida residents to deal with the encroachment of wild boar populations. This requires careful preparation and exceptional hunting skills to face the challenge of hunting in low-light conditions. Hunters need to be fully equipped with tools and equipment such as hunting equipment, flashlights, headlights, and others. At the same time, they need to learn night hunting skills, including how to use flashlights and headlights effectively, as well as accurate shooting techniques in low-light conditions. The procedure involves arriving at the hunting area at night, using a flashlight or headlamp to illuminate the target once the location has been identified. Hunters will use hunting tools to shoot down wild boars. Good observation is important for spotting wild boar, and low-light conditions can be overcome by using a flashlight or joining a group to support each other during the hunt. Hunting wild boars at night offers many advantages, making it easier to find and kill them, especially when they are active at night.
Watch the cows, they're freaking out.
According to the Florida Department of Natural Resources Conservation, FWC, wild boar numbers have decreased about 20% since 2015, partly due to nighttime hunting. Hunting remains one of the best ways to deal with invasive wild boar populations. However, other measures should be taken to minimize the danger to everyone involved and ensure that no pain or injury is caused to the wild boar. Although farmers and hunters have focused on dealing with feral pigs, safety remains the top priority. Together they gathered hunters and hounds, preparing them for each hunt. The hunting group will start by entering the forest, with teams of hunters and hounds divided into different areas to search for traces of wild boar. When the tracks are discovered, hunters and hounds will quickly cooperate to chase and catch wild boars. The assistance of hunting dogs not only increases hunting efficiency, but also reduces the risk of encountering dangerous situations from wild boars. As a result, hunting with the help of hounds not only helps control the wild boar population, but also reduces the risk of attacks from them. With hunting dogs the most popular hunting method in the US in 2022, about 2.5 million wild boars were hunted with hunting dogs, accounting for about 75% of all wild boars hunted in the US. A hunter shared the horrifying story of his encounter with a giant wild boar weighing up to 600 alibis. However, the group's courage and solidarity helped them recapture the wild boar, turning it into one of the biggest trophies ever. New fears among the hunter community have arisen, raising questions about the importance of controlling wild boars and humans' ability to deal with them. To avoid injury during hunting, hunters came up with the idea of using tents and shelters to hunt wild boars.
This ensures safety and increases the likelihood of hunting success.
First, they found areas where wild boars frequented, based on the traces they left in the forest. The tent is designed in the same color as the tree, helping to hide most effectively. It can also be used for overnight and camping right in the forest. Building the tent is quite simple. Just follow the instructions when purchasing. This is an important time to prepare food for the journey, ensuring that the wild boars have enough energy and nutrition needed to hunt. The food pyramid is an important step. This form not only saves time but also helps save resources. Instead of having to spread food directly on the soil, using a food tower is an effective and cost-effective way. A simple tower is installed to spread the amount of food evenly in every moment outdoors, creating favorable conditions for hunting. Life with the installation of the tower becomes easy and convenient, bringing convenience and efficiency to food preparation, readiness for exciting journeys and experiences with nature. After preparing the grain tower for the wild boar, the hunters return to their tents, ready to wait for the optimal opportunity for wild hunting. This is a painstaking and patient process, requiring perfect concentration while sheltering in the tent. The hunter uses binoculars to observe the surroundings and the appearance of the wild. They understand that every caution is necessary, because wild boars have the ability to quickly detect any intrusion when the delicious smell of food attracts them from afar. When wild boars appear and flock in search of food, the hunter is ready and covers their destination with amazing precision. They aimed at the wild boar's paralysis point and defeated them in the first shot when they were paralyzed. Immediately fell and the hunt was over. Finally, the use of off-road hunting vehicles is also very popular. You can drive on any terrain to hunt, which is much safer than pitching a tent, as these solutions have proven effective in preventing the growth of colonies of some invasive species. Encroach! If you were a hunter, how would you hunt? If you like to use food tower traps, leave number 5. And if you like to hunt in a car like this, leave number 6 in the comment section. And don't forget to share your thoughts on wild boar hunting methods. The baboon problem is becoming increasingly serious in the United States, posing major challenges to both the environment and humans. They not only threaten human health and safety, but also create worrying risks to agriculture and the living environment. According to estimates by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the baboon population in Florida currently numbers about 5,000 animals. However, some scientists fear that this number could be as high as 10,000. These baboons, native to Africa and brought to the United States little by little, have now become a significant challenge like we have never seen before. Baboons often live in suburban and rural areas, from forests to residential areas. Their invasive behavior has become a matter of concern, especially when they attack humans and livestock farms. The close relationship between members of the baboon population causes them to become aggressive when they feel threatened. Although baboons are highly social, they have created a notable crisis in Florida. According to the Florida Department of Health, as of 2022, there have been 27 baboon attacks, including biting, scratching, and even throwing objects, victimizing humans and even dogs. Baboon attacks not only cause serious injuries, but also spread fear and anxiety in communities. In 2022 alone, there have been 14 attacks on people, spreading fear and insecurity in society. Baboons not only threaten human health, but also cause serious economic losses. During 2022, Florida farms recorded losses of up to $1 million due to baboons stealing fruits, vegetables, and grains. This act of food theft not only destroys food security, but also causes significant economic losses to communities. Baboons' creativity does not stop at stealing food, but also damaging cars in search of food. Additionally, eating plants and fruits has caused nearly $2 million in damages to Florida farmers. This problem not only affects the economy, but also threatens the environment, and there are not only economic consequences, but also the spread of dangerous diseases such as yellow fever and polio. Researching biological control methods to ensure human and environmental safety is not only an environmental challenge, but also a challenge of creativity and community consensus. The goal is to protect people's lives and the environment. Future baboon hunting in Florida, USA, began in 2019 and is considered an important method of controlling invasive baboon populations. The Florida state government has adopted a series of regulations and permits to ensure that this measure is carried out safely and effectively. Participants must meet several conditions to obtain a baboon hunting license, including being at least 18 years old, possessing a Florida hunting license, and hunting equipment certification. This helps ensure that only people with sufficient experience and responsibility are involved in the population control process. Hunting is only allowed in suburban and rural areas of Florida, ensuring that the activity occurs in a sustainable manner and does not harm populations.
By using low-recoil hunting equipment and avoiding hunting baby or pregnant baboons, hunting becomes affordable and ensures population sustainability.
Baboons are very intelligent animals and live in groups, so to hunt them, hunters need to hide near the area and stay quiet until they appear.
Staying calm and observing carefully before shooting is also important. Baboon hunting skills require flexibility and experience.
To participate in this hunting activity, you need to practice and improve your skills.
Although there were about 1,000 baboons hunted in Florida in 2022, this number is not enough to control the population. However, it is an important step in reducing the pressure from this population on the local environment. The process of controlling baboons with hunting tools requires participants to pay attention to safety, especially when operating in different areas that have transformed them from wild species to smaller and friendlier species. With humans,
this is not only a humane measure for them, but also to protect people and farms from baboon invasion.
According to CDC estimates, hunting has helped reduce Florida's invasive baboon population by about 10%, which is a significant achievement. However, there are still many problems that need to be solved and require continuity and creativity in control measures.
You can go to these areas to monitor their living habits and learn how to deal with these intelligent monkeys.
However, dealing with the intelligence of baboons requires appropriate and creative measures. Invasive species are a serious problem, and do you believe there is a better solution? If so, please share your comments and opinions below. Don't forget to support our channel.